at how to change something from standard form where there's no parentheses to factored form so that we could find the zeros. And so if we have three terms right here, we can use a box and circle. We have x squared, x, and negative 72. We want to know it multiplies to the first and the last box, negative 72x squared. That adds to our middle circle, 1x. So two numbers that multiply to 72 would be 8 and 9. In order for them to add a positive one, the 8 would be negative. So now we can get the outside of the box. We know x times x is x squared. 9 times x is 9x. Negative 8 times x is negative 8. So these are the factors. They multiply to our trinomial. So x plus 9, x minus 8. But if I want the zeros, we want to know what makes this equal 0. That would be x equals negative 9 and x equals positive 8. So those are our zeros. So note, factored form, what does it give you and how can you get it? Well, it tells you how many zeros or roots or solutions. So there's 2. And it tells you what the zeros are. X would be 6, wouldn't make the whole thing 0. And x would be negative 3. So here's what you can tell from factored form. And again, standard form also tells you a bunch of information. It tells you the shape of the graph. And x squared as the highest power tells you it's U-shaped. And if a is positive, it's U-shaped up. If a is negative, it's U-shaped down. Also, you can find the vertex by doing opposite b over 2a. To find the y value, you could plug in x. Can tell you the number of zeros by looking at the discriminant, which is that b squared minus 4ac. It tells you how many answers there are. You can actually find the zeros by graphing or using quadratic formula. But today we're going to focus on, all right, it's factored form. How do you change it to standard form? So here are the types of questions that you'll be answering. How many answers will there be? They'll have 2 here. What are they? Well, we have 2x plus 7. What makes that equal 0? Let's subtract 7 from each side. We get 2x equals 7, divide by 2. So one of the zeros is at 3.5. The other 0 is just at x equals 3. It's just the opposite of this right here. So those are the zeros. Now the new part is change it to standard form, and again, you've done this before. You just multiply it out. Standard form means no parentheses. So I'm just going to use FOIL or my box. I like the box, so we'll do 2x. And it was plus 7. And we have our x minus 3. So we'll get 2x squared. 7x, negative 6x, negative 21, and combine like terms. 2x squared plus 1x minus 21. This is standard form. Whoops. What y equals. Is it U-shaped up or down? Look at the a value. It's positive, so it's going to be U-shaped up. Oops, I should have circled up. Find the vertex. Okay. So again, we have a, b, and c. 2, 1, negative 21. So a equals 2. To find the vertex, remember from a few days ago, it's x equals opposite b over 2a, negative 1 over 2 times 2, negative 1/4. To find the y value, we plug into the original equation. 2 times negative 1/4 squared plus negative 1/4 minus 21. I think I plugged that in right. Okay, and then we just type in our calculator. So 2 parentheses negative 1/4 squared plus negative 1/4 and then minus 21. Okay, let's change it to a decimal. Right, so negative 21.125. So this would be our vertex. Our graph would change direction at negative 1/4, negative 21.125. All right, let's just do one more example, looks like. How many answers will this have? Well, there's two factors, so 2. What are the zeros? Well, this first one's easy. It's going to be negative 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. But how about the other one? We want to know negative 8 plus negative x plus 8. We want to know what makes that equal 0. So we can make an equation. We'll subtract 8 from each side. We get negative x equals negative 8. Divide each side by a negative 1. So x can be 8. If we plug that in, negative times 8 plus 8 will be 0. All right, let's change that to standard form. It means multiply it out. So we get negative 8. Negative x plus 8 times x plus 2. All right, so we have x squared, negative x squared. X times 8 is 8x. 2 times negative x is negative 2x. 8 times 2 is 16. So we have negative x squared plus 6x plus 16. We combine like terms. Here's our equation. Will this parabola be u-shaped up or down? Well, take a look at this a value. It's negative 1. It means it's going to be u-shaped down. To find the vertex opposite b over 2a, so let's find a, b, and c again. So a was negative 1, b was 6, and c was 16. So first step, x equals opposite b over 2a. Negative 6 over negative 2, 3. So then to find the y value, we just plug into the original equation, which is negative 3 squared plus 6 times 3 plus 16. Let's type that in. Let's clear this doc B. Okay, negative 3 squared plus 6 times 3 plus 16. Okay, so it changes direction. At this point, 325, and it's going to be u-shaped down. Let's try graphing this one, since it's the last one. So again, if we type it in, it was negative x squared, and I think it was plus 6x. Oops, in the wrong spot. And plus 16. Oh, that should be a squared. Okay, and so it changes direction at 325, and it's u-shaped down. So I'll practice this today in class and probably practice more tomorrow as well.